Welcome along and welcome back to Six Ashes. It is day 4 of autumn and we've successfully got the oats replanted. In fact, they have germinated, which is absolutely brilliant. So very happy with that. We did that at the end of the last day. We're now heading down here in our TW25. We are going to go and do field 12. It has enough nitrogen in the soil to support a crop for next year, which is actually going to be canola in this field. And what we want to do is we want to get this cultivated so that we can turn around and if we're lucky, we'll be able to get the canola in the ground before the next, before the end of the year. If not, or the end of autumn, if not, then this field will be fully prepared and we won't have to worry about it for next year. So we're going to set the TW25 going from here. We want to do course generation field 12. We are going to do 4 headlands around this. Like so. Clockwise, we're going to do up downs first and turn in the corners, and that should do everything. We set this to 3 meters and generate course, and yeah, starts off the top end there and does actually sets a very straight work on here. So let's take that. It's a fairly square field apart from that little bit at the top here where this is starting, but should all work out fairly well for us. We want to go for first waypoint and line ourselves up as best we can with that, so that we can do this and get this working. I think we've got enough fuel in this tractor, but we'll keep an eye on that. So drive course, and yeah, away the T-dub goes. Which frees us up to jump into our 7840. I have already loaded this up with oats. In fact, no, we do need to fill this. I don't think this is full. No, so we're going to fill this up with oats. We got some fresh oats into here, and it should allow us to refill that. Let's bring this up and bring it back. Sometimes it's a little bit funny. There we go. So we'll get the bags off of this pile of oats here, fill this up and have plenty to do this field with. We can always come back and stack them up. So close that and out we go. And we're heading up to field 10 now to get the oats in there. But that was canola last year, so this should work fairly well for us. And we know from our successful planting of the oats, a third time successful planting of the oats in field 11, that we should be fairly okay planting these ones in here. It's a fairly big slog for this. Again, we've not got a huge amount of fuel in this tractor, but it should be enough to get started. I want to put in some tram lines in here. I did manage to get tram lines back in field 11 as well. Something I want to try and do a little bit more is get the tram lines into my fields, and we're going to start here. So we want to do tram lines every 5th, but we're going to start with the 3rd in here. So down here should be fairly straight, and away we go. And yeah, down the side of here. It's quite nice. This field has a nice straight edge along here that kind of fits the other parts of the field. It's a fairly square cutout for the sell point here. So that means we have a good opportunity to get everything into here and without having to fiddle around too much. There's a little bit of an angle on the far side. It up, but otherwise we're fairly good. Bring this around, and we're going to put in, as I said, on the 3rd row here, we'll put in the tram line, and then once we've done that, what we can do is we want to get it at a point where the headland is going to intersect with it. So at that point we're going to try and be about 12 meters into the field, so that we are nicely able to put a 3rd row tram line around the headland. So this here is that. And what I want to try and do at this point, well, firstly, we've got to put our tramline markers down. Someone was asking after I did this with the last set of oats, how are you making the tramlines? Is that pro seed or something like that? No, it's simply that this Amazon seeder comes with a section that allows you to place tramlines down. So I reckon we want to be about here, maybe. So down there, and away we go. And you see what it does is it basically then just cultivates behind us and creates a couple of tram lines in the crop that we're able to follow with our sprayer and ultimately our harvester, which is what I really want to try with this. Some proper old school, no GPS harvesting with some tram lines. There we go. Lift that up, and then we just fold the tram lines up and do the rest of the field like that. Now this is actually a pretty old school method of creating tram lines like this. And the biggest drawback to it is the fact that I am wasting seed. I'm planting seed and then immediately churning the ground up and getting rid of it. And that is, you know, the better way would be the way modern seeders work, where basically you don't place seed in those rows every fifth line or so. It's something actually that would be pretty cool to see in Farm Sim, but I think you'd need a GPS setup really as base game to do that. But I'd love to see that maybe as part of a GPS mod in FS22 or something like that. That would be really, really cool. Now it's working fairly well on this field. We're getting a good setup. You can see we're about to come and do a third row out from our edge here, and again, this is why I like this seeder on this farm. It fits these fields really well. We don't have to worry about the lineup on here. We can get ourselves nicely set up. We know that the next row that we run, that is going to go the pretty much well, a much longer length of the field here, and up to the end. So everything works out fairly well with this 4-meter seeder. It's a pretty good piece of kit as far as this farm goes. Looking at the T-dub in the distance, that is running fairly well as well, and we're in no danger of running out of fuel in either tractor yet as well. So it's all good. We're very close to the end of this field now. Unfortunately, we've run out of oats, so we're going to head back down to the farm and get more. Also, the TW25, which is listed here as a 35, the TW25, that is getting low on fuel. It should be all right for the rest of the job it's got to do, but it's going to have to get a refuel after that. All in all, though, things are running fairly well. It is 3 minutes past 11 in the morning still, and yeah, we should be able to get this refilled and this field finished fairly quickly now. And back to the field. I've only got this last headland to do, so I've only refilled about 40%. We're gonna just fill this area in here. So turn her on, drop it down, and this should fill this area hopefully. Yeah, there we go. And then we can head round to the edge of the field and get the rest of this done. We're going to do something a little bit different when we get back to the field entrance. We're going to lift up and we're going to head round to the other side so that I can get and make sure that all of this is running as it should. And I'm actually going to go into the corner here, square things off a little bit, and then come around to make sure that we get all of it. But yeah, this is I'm quite pleased with this. We've got the tram lines in. We're doing pretty well actually at getting those tram lines about right for what we want. We are not far off either the carrots or the onions either. I think we're going to be harvesting both of those in the next couple of videos. We also, well, we have to harvest both of those in the next couple of videos in order to get them before winter comes. We also need to get the we also need to get all the grass cut. We've got our horse grass is ready, and we want to make some haylage from that. We also need to get the alfalfa cut. That brings us in a little bit of money. Actually, we'll go right up to the end here, so that's all good. And we'll bring us in some cash. And I'm not worried about stuff drying out, to be honest. What I want to do is have our crops in a position where they what we want to do is silage. Sorry, not our crops in a position, any kind of position. We're already well positioned with our crops. With this oats actually germinating, they might survive this year. But we want to get silage off our grass because we can put that into the BGA, and then that creates digestate for us, which is brilliant because it means we don't, even the little bit of money that we have to spend on slurry to prepare our fields, we won't need to do in the coming year if we can get a decent amount of bales into the BGA. And of course that will also generate some extra cash for us as well. But all in all, this has gone well. We're just squaring off this headland, which is yeah, come together nicely, this field. And as long as these oats germinate overnight, which they should, if we have a look at the seasons menu, oats generate at 6 degrees C. The ground would have to drop temperature a lot, and it's 11 degrees C at the moment, so we're all good as far as this goes. So yeah, it's all pretty much coming together. We should be in a better position into the coming year on 6 Ashes than we were for this year on here, where we did lose an entire crop. Thankfully, we still have our 2 major cash crops left to harvest. So yeah, we are sitting in a really good position, and may even end up getting a new tractor at the end of the year, as the T-Dub itself is getting on a bit. Field is all finished. Let's get this out of here. And yeah, 11 o'clock in the morning, that's pretty cool. I'm going to take this back to the farm. I think we're done with our seeder for this year, so let's go get this a wash, and then we're going to see what's happening with the TW25 and exactly how far away that is from completing that field. And actually, the TW25 is just finishing up. It's on the last row here, coming up to the entrance to the field. It's done a pretty good job. It is nowhere near out of fuel, so the warning coming up from Courseplay is a little bit early, but that should be the end of our field, I think. There we go. So that's finished its job. We will stop driver, and with that, that is the job's done for today. I think what we'll do next time is we'll get the 7840 up here. We'll get this field finished, well, we'll get this field planted with some canola. In the meantime, we've got a whole load of grass that needs cutting, and with half a day left here, I think that is the perfect opportunity to do that. So we're going to leave this here for this video and pick it up next time. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.